Hello, welcome my dear yoga master. Today I am going to interview a international yoga master in my villa, Shannon Lake Villa. So I would like him to introduce himself and just tell me why he is in Sri Lanka and why he is so keen in teaching yoga. You can tell something about yourself.
Sure. Let's start with the yoga master. If anybody calls himself yoga master, then they are not really on the path. If anybody calls themselves yogi, then you need to really question how their lifestyle is. Everybody do yoga these days, but who is a yoga teacher, really teacher, who is really learning through yoga, who is really the master? All these very variable questions that I do not like to be a part of. So don't call me master, please.
You are not a master. You don't call yourself as a master.
No, as long as I can learn at the same time I teach, then I'm on the path. But if I call myself something like a master, then I block my field, I block my energy, I block being a student as well.
Yeah.
Why waste time in this life?
Yes.
We constantly have to learn.
So, yeah, I'm very keen on what type of yoga you are teaching, and you can describe about the yoga, what is best for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, you said in a very gentle way, and my reaction was very harsh. Boom. That is what I'm teaching. I am teaching the brandlessness of yoga. If you want to call it what kind of yoga, if you want a brand name from me, you will not get it. I am teaching yoga. I am teaching yoga the very ancient style, the way it should be, not a brand name. So to clarify what I'm saying, I best need to explain you what happened with yoga. It comes from India, you know, and mainly there's a group of elderly teachers in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They came to the West and they start teaching yoga, and it was the first expansion of yoga out of India. And then with the hippie generation, 68 generation, people went to India and they learned about yoga and they came back. Where did they come back? It was the West was mainly United States, and there was only one airport really. All flights were coming to New York. So people come in back from India, and friends ask them, where are you coming from? India. What did you learn? Yoga. What is that? Oh, teach me yoga. So all of a sudden it's picked up by women, which was an ancient discipline for men, thought to humanity through the masculine divine essence, Shiva. It was the man practice to straighten up your act and get to know yourself, get to understand who you are, who you really are in this lifetime, your dharma. And this practice picked up by women, this practice picked up in the West, and what we call today is the New York style is developed over the years. In New York or any other Western city, people get out of the work at, let's say, 6 o'clock, and they will go home. They have only 1 hour on the way. So in this 1 hour, what can they do? Let's do yoga. So people start picking yoga in between work and home, and they start doing yoga only for 1 hour because they didn't have enough time. So what happened is in the West, they cleaned it out of its spiritual strength, spiritual teachings. But yoga originally is partly physical and partly energy work, partly spiritual work. You see, when the first Western who met yogis were Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, after he went all the way to India and found the sadhus in the forest, the first yogis, he called them gymnosophists. 2 words. Gymnastics is the physical aspect of yoga. That's what West is doing. But there's also the Sophia, the wisdom aspect, the spiritual aspect of yoga, which people don't see it. They tend not to see it. So eventually in the West, yoga is developed to be a faster and faster and powerful, not enough, more type of a gymnastic practice. Somebody healed his back and they called his style of yoga with his name, and his cousin said, oh, if he can make a lot of money from the foreigner, I can make better. So he added the breath, he added power and strength into the flow, and it turned into another style. And somebody said, not enough, people are not getting enough heat. So he put everybody into a hot chamber and did yoga. Everybody was sweating crazy. He called his name with that style. So when you say what type of yoga, then all these are really brand names that developed in the West.
And sometimes people use yoga to keep in shape. Is it okay?
Absolutely. Originally, yoga is designed by human to get enlightened, for samadhi, for moksha, for nirvana. Yeah. The idea is enlightenment. So you need to go through energetical understanding of what you're doing. That is the only way. But in West, when it's developed through physical aspects of yoga, through physical gymnastics of a practice, people realized that they are being healed. So people are not really getting sick when they're doing yoga. And they said, wait a minute, originally the yoga is supposed to be for enlightenment purposes, but we can use it as an intermediary step, and we can use yoga as a healing tool. And they developed techniques that and understanding, and in time combined it with Western medicine to have a better understanding of anatomy and the psyche of the person, and they created a Western style of yoga. We call it today yoga therapy. My yoga therapy teacher is a medical doctor, and the way she explains the teachings is a strong background in the Western medicine, but totally tantric approach, totally a wholesome, holistic approach through the faculty of yoga. So definitely yoga can be used to heal.
So when you do yoga, do you think you have to do every day or every other day, or can you stop it for some time and start? What do you think of it?
Depends. What we call, let's say 20 minutes yoga is office yoga, chair yoga, that you really need to stretch a little bit. But if you do yoga somewhere between 1 hour, 15 minutes to 2 hours, that is the beginners. If you're a beginner, 3 times a week is perfect. But then if you go beyond 2 hours to up to 4 hours, between 2 hours and 4 hours, that's intermediate level. And most of the time people do 3 hours of yoga at that level. Then you just need 2 hours, 2 times a week. And then if you really go master class, that is you do yoga between 4 to 7 hours. And a master class
4 to 7 hours at a stretch?
At a stretch.
Oh my dear.
At a stretch.
Really?
At a stretch, but it doesn't have to be asana. It doesn't have to be just the postures. It can be pranayama, the breath, the meditation. You can put music meditation and relax for
While
half an hour.
during that time you can eat or.
Well, I had one friend who was doing that. 7 hours. First time I heard that, really. He says, yeah, but I stop and relax, and sometimes I watch a movie and then continue, and sometimes I prepare food and continue. Sometimes I do a long music meditation, and it can stretch to a lifestyle.
The thing is, only a retired man can do that, no? Otherwise, a working man can't do such yoga.
let's go back to the very beginning. If you do 1 hour 15 minutes yoga every day, you sleep 1 hour 15 minutes less. So you're not really losing any time. Because through yoga, you bring the cosmic energies, the telluric energies, you bring a lot of life juice into yourself, the prana, so you don't have to really sleep that much.
How long you do yoga every day?
No, don't take it wrong. When you say yoga teacher, yogini, yoga master, like all this, it's a life. And life is up and down and up, and sometimes you can do it every day, sometimes you can only do it 2-3 times a week, and sometimes you really need to do something else. You don't have to do postures, you don't have to do Raja yoga, you can do karma yoga, action yoga, you can go and work and support somebody for his well-being, and do it as a seva. That is also yoga. You don't have to get anything in return. That is also yoga. You can do bhakti yoga. You can go and chant kirtan and bhajan and devotional hymns, or you read a book and you devote yourself. This devotion is yoga. You can go to Kataragama and visit the temples. That would be definitely yoga. And you can just sit in a meditation, and it would be yoga. So really depends on the period in your life, how you shift from one type of a yoga to another type.
Yeah, I would like to ask what type of benefits you have obtained being a yoga practicing person, practitioner.
Aspirant.
Yeah.
I want to finish what I said at the very beginning. So this was the New York style.
Yes.
At the same time, same hippie generation from the communist bloc, from Eastern Europe. They were seeking for spirituality. You know, in communist times, religion was illegal. And in Romania, same. If they would find a religious book in your house, you would go to jail. So a group of yogis, they decide to go deeper into the spiritual aspects of yoga, and they start writing books, and they start growing the yoga community, and yoga was banned in the 80s in Romania. My teacher is from Romania. So all these guys hiding underground, hiding from the police, doing yoga,
Really?
they created a system of spirituality. Yes, you add your physical body as well into it, you have to, but all this process brings us all the way back to the origins of yoga. So they were trying to understand how they can use their body and mind and spirit together to put it all together and understand the metaphysical aspects of spirituality, not a religion. So it was an enormous evolution of yoga, going back to its roots. So when you ask me what am I doing, I hope I am doing the most ancient form of this practice called yoga, yuk, coming from the word of unity. I am uniting myself, I am uniting within myself, I am being one. My inner self and outer self reflect the first, the one person, only one. I'm not thinking something and saying something. I'm totally clear about my life. I resonate everything from my heart. Nothing about what a book said. Who am I comes out as I am.
You walk your talk, and you listen to your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, authenticity and spontaneity are the key. And I am myself, good or bad, it doesn't matter. I am myself.
That's very
consciously.
Yeah.
Consciously.
I can
That's what-
say, but without being a yogi also, a person can be like that. If they are very spiritual, and if they learn to be in the moment, if they practice some Buddhist practices and meditation also, they can be the same person. But there are some benefits, physical benefits also while doing yoga.
We used to save our countries over Arak in the old times. We used to save, we used to find solutions. Now we sit on a 5 o'clock tea and trying to save the universe. This is phantasmagoria in the theater language. Fantasy. People try to save the earth, the planet, without including your physical practice. You cannot embody what you think. You cannot embody into your DNA. And you can only change yourself, not the universe.
You mean we have to do something physically also, too?
Absolutely. And
But-
people are not doing it. So, and it's not about Buddhist practice. Buddhist practice are valuable. And in yoga we apply a lot of meditation techniques because Vipassana is the grandmother of all meditations now.
Because I'm a Buddhist, and according to Buddhism and according to Buddha, no physical activities. We just sit, we just meditate. We only practice our mind and spirit. That's all. That's
Now you open a totally different subject,
Yeah.
a totally whole universe for us
Yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah.
What you're saying is Buddha was a Vedantic. He was on the path of the Vedantic approach,
Yeah.
Vedanta.
Yeah.
And
What is that, Vedanta?
Vedanta says this world is an illusion, material.
Yeah.
This is just material, and when you
dream.
die, this illusion is gonna go away. Why waste time drinking hot chocolate and enjoying yourself? Just minimize your life in the material world so you can go into the spiritual world. Materialism and spiritualism are totally different things. Separate yourself away. It's a perfect valid argument. That takes you under the tree. That takes you into the cave. So you pull yourself away. That is Vedanta. It's a perfect, absolute direction towards God. But if you go this direction, you also find God. And this direction is called Tantra.
Yeah. But Buddhism never goes towards God. It goes toward nirvana, nothingness. It goes toward nothingness.
If you go this direction, you go to nothingness.
Yeah.
And if you go this direction, you go to nothingness. It is the same but totally opposite approach. Tantra says if everything is creation of oneness, creation from the nothingness, then everything has consciousness. Everything comes out of nothingness. So you can also call this the divine, because you can find the divine in it. You can find the divine in the hot chocolate. You cannot separate the hot chocolate and the divine. The divine aspect of life, what you're searching, your higher version, you can find it in the hot chocolate. And if you drink the hot chocolate with care and consciousness, awareness, and turn drinking hot chocolate into a meditation, you will find a deeper understanding of the hot chocolate. And this deeper and deeper understanding brings your desire, instead of getting rid of the desire, you use your desire and you transmutate, sublime, change within yourself and bring it at a different understanding. The desire from here, juice, is pleasure, only pleasure. It just goes away in 10 seconds. You lose yourself. But if you are able to bring all this juice and then not have pleasure out of it, you bring it to the heart. In English, it's not called pleasure anymore. This is called joy. And the people who have joy, it's not only 10 seconds. It spreads. They go out of this house on the road walking. They have joy. days and days, and the joy spreads to other people. It is the same amount of energy. Instead of pleasure, you bring it to the heart.
Yes.
And what if you bring it to the Sasrara?
Spiritual.
Ananda. It is bliss.
Yeah.
You can have your hot chocolate, meditate, and go deeper and sit in a meditation, and you come to bhavana. You come to openness of the self, aham, and all this can turn material living into spiritual living. So you go this direction. You don't have to separate yourself and sit under the tree.
Yes.
So Buddha says, if there is a dog, get rid of the dog because you need to meditate. Tantric says, if the dog is barking, no problem. Meditate on the dog barking.
No, Buddha also says the same thing.
Good.
Same thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Eventually, all teachings.
We tolerate, we accept everything. We do meditate on the same thing. Just
Ahimsa.
Yeah.
Ahimsa Satyam.
Yeah.
Asteya.
Yeah. Sorry for correcting because I'm a Buddhist and so that I think there are so many ways for the nirvana, for the
so many.
bliss, for the spiritual highness, whatever.
Self-awareness.
Yeah, self-awareness, whatever it is.
So my style of yoga is a tantric style, accepting everything.
Yes.
And if there is anything negative, don't get rid of it. Bring it in. Bring it
Understand. Just look at, just understand, just nothing.
And what is understand? Not only understand as it is, but see this as a jumping platform to the totally other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Bad, good, cold, hot, whatever that yang yin, you find this and then find the other, and then when you are aparigraha, when you have no attachment to both of them, you're totally in balance with whatever it is, then itself they unite, find the middle way, and in this platform, these ends of the spectrum become one. That is symbolically oneness. It opens the door to another scale of oneness. So you jump into the next step.
In Buddhism, we used to call it upeksha. Upeksha.
Upeksha.
Instead of going to peaks, we come to the middle and we see everything in the middle. So it's called upeksha.
Yes. Ukshepana.
Upeksha.
Upeksha. Uch is rise up, right?
Yeah. No, upeksha means a different word, but there are two ways of peaks, good and bad, but looking everything the same way in a middle line is called upeksha. Training our mind to be in the middle.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think all the spiritual sciences are so beautiful. They are teaching us to train our mind to keep in the middle line. So one day we all, whatever the spirituality we are practicing, we are meeting on the higher plane, because we have our space there, and maybe we will go higher and higher. Yes, yeah. And the same way, I'm so happy in this plane I met you, this beautiful yoga practitioner called Kami, and I'm so welcomed, and he gave us a very comprehensive knowledge on yoga, what it is and how it's beneficial, and this and that. You all can comment on this, whatever the views you have, and I would like to add his telephone number. If you want his connections or any kind of training, you can contact him. You can tell your telephone number, my dear.
+90 532 272 3469. That's my WhatsApp number.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I am personally on the Instagram, and my school is also in the Instagram. The school is Spanda Yoga School. Spanda Yoga School. Spanda.
Okay. Thank you very much, my dear
With pleasure.
friend.
With pleasure. It's really good to meet you finally.
Hope everything will go well with you, and you will find lot of nice students in Sri Lanka and internationally. And hope we all can get together and do something in the future also. See you.
Namaste.
Bye. Namaste.